Hello, my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today I want to say a thank you for trying to figure out how to be able to get a better understanding with your dog. And today I want to talk about dogs in a way of being able to, how do I get my dogs to trust me? And there's something that I think that a lot of us are lacking on with the basic fundamental understanding of you're going to continuously keep on working with these dogs for the rest of the dog's life. It's not a time that you just said, I just trained it and here we are and we're good and everything's done. You're working on this and working on this and working on this. And with that said, I want to start off with the simple thing that I'm going to say that I think that destroys majority of our dogs right up front, right away. And it gets our dogs to look at us very, very weary. And this is why I'm going to always come at things with a little bit of a different approach than what majority of people are saying, because I just see what's going on with the dogs in a way that just, I don't care what I as a human want. I'm like, what the heck does a dog want? And the second that I notice that we destroy relationships with dogs is we put a leash on a dog. And you're gonna hear me say, put a leash on a dog, put a leash on a dog. Leash, this is how you tell a dog to do, this is how you tell a dog, this is how you tell a dog. And I'm saying that, yes, that is how to tell a dog to do what it does. But you are now taking the dogness from out of the dog. And once we take the dogness from out of the dog, allowing the dog to be free and run and chase and do and dig and burrow and do whatever the heck it wants to do, now the dog is looking at us like, who are you? Because I'm taking its freedom away. I'm taking its opportunity to be able to get safe away. I'm taking its availability to be able to find food away. I'm taking everything away from the dog as soon as I put this leash on a dog. And that's one thing that is already getting into the dog's brain of like, what the heck is going on here? And that's the simple tool of the leash. And I don't care, slip leash, flat collar, harness, anything, even your house, inside of your home. Anytime that you are containing a dog into something that is not its element, its true element to live in. And the true element of animals is outside people. It's not inside of a home. So make this clear that the element of the dogs of where they are, what they were all created and where they are and where historically and for centuries and millennia going, animals are outside, not inside. So as soon as we take them inside, as soon as we put them on leash, we are now restricting the dogs. We are taking from the dogs. Now we're getting our dogs to look at us like, who the heck are you? And why should I listen to you? And this is where I think that things get complicated, where you put dog on leash, you put dog in house, and you start to touch all on the dog. You start to hold the dog. You start to give the dog all these treats. You start to do these weird foreign things to the dog. And the dog's like, I don't know if I want to be around you yet. Who are you? And that's why I'm going to say is the number one way to build the first stages of trust in a dog is to do nothing at all with the dog on the leash. Just have a leash on a dog and be in your front yard and do nothing. Do not touch the dog. Do not look at the dog. Do not entertain the dog. Do nothing with the dog. So the dog can finally just come up to you and say, and investigate and look around and realize it's stuck on this leash. And it can't go anywhere. It can't make anything happen. It's stuck. A dog came and it couldn't run away. A bird came and it couldn't run away. A scary car came and it couldn't run away. This is why I'm seeing what I'm going to say is majority of dogs are, like said, reactive because they don't trust you. If the dog trusted you, it's got zero desire to react because it knows that you're going to take care of it. But since we've restricted it, this is where I'm going to say reactive dogs disappear once you take the leash away. Once you take the fence away, once you take them out of the car, once you take them out of the house, once they're just free, open, give them 1,000 acres of freedom. You don't even be, there could be an acre even. Don't even much, that's not about the space. It's about the restrictions of the barriers. Once you take the barriers away, you're not going to see these dogs reacting. You're not going to see these dogs going into hostility. It's the leash because they don't trust us. And the biggest thing is they need to see and experience the world around you with you doing nothing to try and like force the dog to do and be about something. And that's where I just see that we're just continuously failing over and over and over again because we are putting the dog in an extremely fearful state, which is putting a leash on dog and demanding that the dog be with me. And then we're gonna try to tell the dog, like even right here, she I don't know why, but this is the case that I see with a lot of dogs. They're scared of the chickens. They don't look at them as much as a prey item. There are very limited prey hunting dogs on this planet that are going to go after something as large as that. Everything is rats and little mice and little baby furry things, not no big old 10-pound chicken. So this is they look at it in a very, very like scared stance. So they're like, what's going on? So she got nervous and she's like, I don't know. And that's why it's something I can look at right here and just see she doesn't trust me 100%, knowing that I'll take care of it. Because she's like, she got to get on her feet to check it out, to see what's going on. I don't want you chewing on sticks right now, girl. Just in case. I don't know about all that yet. You still a baby. Let me get that. No, that's a bone. Oreo, you can get back over here and get down. So she doesn't really trust me 100% because she's like, I got to get on my feet. I got to dance around this. That's why for me, I love being able to get my dog to be in a down state anywhere I go. So that once they get up and they're looking around, they're dancing around, that's when I can just very, very easily see like where my relationship is. Because if she trusted me, she would just lay there and not even think about moving or reacting. She would see a car come and just lay there. She would see a person coming and lay there. She would see a dog coming and lay there. She would see people walking and getting up close to her and just lay there. It's like a test to me to see where our relationship is. But if she's like on the edge, she's running this way, running that way, running all around, she's still like, she needs to defend for herself. And that's where if you let the leash go, you wouldn't see the craziness, because the craziness starts to happen because now since we have this leash and we're holding them back and they don't trust us, they don't know they can't escape because they see what seems to be scary and then it doesn't have, oh, Johnny, get down. Man, all y'all pushing me today. You throwing up? Get down. You can move from it. Yep, get down. That what seems to be scary to them, it doesn't mean that it's scary to you. So it's not scary to you. I don't know why this dog does this. Anyone else dog do this? He covers his throw up with his nose. He pushes dirt back on top of it. It is a very, very interesting behavior from a dog. It's he don't eat it. Every other dog I've seen eats their own throw up, but this dude literally just covers it up. It's so fascinating. All right, Johnny, get down. It's a very interesting thing. But there's something that I just noticed is if they're scared of the dog and they see the dog and you're standing there like a statue and the dog doesn't have a chance to get away, that's when a dog is going to go at the front and end of that leash and just go wild to try to get that dog out of there. But when the dog trusts you, it's going to lay there and hang out and fall asleep because it knows that it doesn't need to do anything. It knows that nothing needs to happen. It knows that everything is taken care of and everything is good to go. But as soon as the dogs are quick to just move and get around, that's where we need to take a steps back. That we need to just hang out with the dog. So with this dog in specific, I have a little different approach because she's more difficult, I'm going to say, than the other dogs that I work with in a very interesting way. That if I tell her no, literally back to back, she looks at me like she don't want to do nothing. She don't want nothing with me no more. So it's really fascinating. It's not even so much that I get that usually from a lot of female dogs, but from this female dog, I just get a little bit of that I can't just, I have to be patient with her in a whole different extra realm because she's not like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And in reality, majority of her life that I know of more than likely was all off leash. She wasn't an on leash dog, so she had nothing to ever worry about. So when I take her on the trails off leash, she's beautiful looking. But when she's on leash, she's got this little bit like, I want to check it out. I need to investigate. I need to look at it. And that lets me know that we got some stuff that we need to work on because she doesn't really trust me all that well. So the thing that how to be able to fast track this, because there's no fast tracking with it in reality, because we go to this stuff where we're trying to use all the pressure, use the treats to try to get the dog to like you. You can't fast track it. The only way you can fast track it is by doing more throughout the day and just more throughout the day, which is, I'm going to say, is having them on leash with you more throughout the day and being with them and just constantly having them on leash with you so that they can realize and see moment after moment after moment that nothing has happened to them while they're stuck to you. Because when they're stuck to you, they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They can't make anything happen when they're stuck to you. But when they're just sitting in a crate or they're sitting in a different room or they're doing anything, they're still semi-free. So, and they're not really you're not really building that relationship up. But when you just have them on leash and you just have them with you, she needs to see every time that she gets nervous that it's gonna, for one, go away. It's just gonna go on its own. And two, she needs to realize that we don't need to do anything to make it go away. It's going to go away. And the main thing is, if it starts to come close to us and she's nervous, I need to be the one to push that thing away so to get it out of here, to let her know that everything is all right. And that's where I'm going to say it's the hardest of the hardest part when you have a loose dog that runs up to your dog. And if more in cases, I'm not worried about the loose dogs running up. I'm worried about the loose human beings running up to my dog. It's the humans that really trigger more dogs to want to go and get like scared to the point that they want to bite more than it's the other dogs. Just from what I've seen. I don't know everything. I don't know it all. But that's just stuff that I personally have seen. And we have to do our best to try to make sure that they're okay. And they need to realize that in this bubble with me stuck to this leash, that I'm asking them to do something that is in the dog's brain, in reality, horrible. It's evil. Why would you take my freedom away from being able to survive to force me to stay with you? And that's why for some of us, the dogs look savage, because that's where I'm going to say your trust level with your dog is. It doesn't quite believe that you're going to be able to handle the cars that are driving by, the leaves that are going, the invisible wind that's moving around, the birds in the sky that are 2 miles up there, that it's like, how the heck are you barking at them, worried about them? And it has nothing to do with me right here. The dog has no respect. It has no trust. And that's the main thing that we have to really just understand is you cannot force your way to get them to do it. You cannot give them enough treats to like you. You cannot give them enough toys to like you. You cannot give them enough pets to like you. You cannot let them lick you in the face enough to like you. You cannot hold them and have them sleep with you and do all this to make them trust you. None of that is going to make a dog trust you. The dog has to do that on its own. And you cannot force it. You cannot fight it. You cannot make it happen. That's where I'm going to say is the biggest struggle that we have today with dogs as opposed to any other time in history. Because today we want it. We want it. I see that person's dog looking good. We want it. We want it now. We want it this second. We want our dogs to just be super chill, super calm right now. And it's not fair that they got theirs. I want mine now. And at the same time, you see what a dog looks like in public and you have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. You have no idea. You have no idea how the struggles that they're dealing with. When it looks pretty when it goes for a walk for 5 minutes, but then the rest of the dog's life, what's going on with that? You have no idea. And it's something that you cannot buy your way, you cannot force your way, you cannot manipulate your way. And that's where, to me, what dog training is all about. And the more and more I keep on reading about this Skinner stuff, the more I realize the whole thing about it all is manipulation. And you cannot manipulate a dog to love you. You cannot manipulate a dog to respect you, to trust you. You cannot manipulate a dog to do anything. The dogs see through all the deceitfulness. That's why a lot of y'all are struggling so much with your dogs, because they can see that you're out here trying to force a treat in their face to do something. The dog's like, I know what you want, because you're giving me the treat to make me do something that I don't want to do. And the dogs can see through that. And some human beings on this planet are able to dance through the life and be able to see that as well, knowing when someone is trying to take advantage of them. There's nothing for free out here. That's the unfortunate thing of how life just is. There's nothing for free. So you're giving something, and the dog knows, okay, now what do I have to do for that? What are you expecting for me to take that from you? And that's going on with the dogs. And that's why you're running into that situation that you're like, well, I thought it liked me because in training session, it's taking these treats and it looks good. But then when you get into the said real world aspect of it, you're having absolute chaos. You're having just nothing's going on, because the dog knows in this scenario, I'll do what you want me to do. But in that scenario, forget you. That treat is worthless to me, lady. I got the freedom of the world out here. I got the land out here. I got the bird. I can chase whatever I want out here. I don't need to stay with you. If I pull hard enough, I'll make you drop the leash and I'll be able to be free. I know if I push you hard enough around the door, I'll be able to get myself out of the door and I'll be able to get out and be able to run the neighborhood and I'll be able to be free. So that's where all these treats and all this stuff is meaningless, because you're trying to force the dog to trust you, when that only just happens through time and having patience and just being just chill and being calm and understanding that is gonna come. It's gonna come, but don't want it right now. What you want right now is just to be in the present with that animal right now, to just see what that dog needs right now, and stop portraying what you want it to be right now. Right now is where we are. Right now is what we have. What I want this dog to look like is how my shepherd looks when I take him for walks in places. And I realized I've had her for a few months, and I've had that dog now for like 3 years now, taking him doing what I'm doing. So of course he looks good. And I'm not gonna be able to fast track her to get that. I could, with pressure, with treats, with all this. But you know what I noticed that I have to continue to keep on doing for the remainder of that dog's life? With pressure, with force, with treats. And I don't want that. I want the dog to be able to look at me like I'm the treat, I'm the toy, I'm the prize, I'm the affection, I'm the everything. Because that's the coolest thing about dogs, is we are that to them. It doesn't need to be another outside little thing. And that's the whole concept of me, what I understand with what God is all about. I don't need anything else. I don't need a sports team. I don't need to be the best runner. I don't need to have a best car, the best house, the best job, the best wife, the best kids. I don't need any of that. I don't need to have an outside source to be able to just calm myself down and be able to be good to go. And that's the same with the dogs, that they don't need anything but us, my word, my voice, my being, my essence. That's all that the dog needs. And once you understand that, the moment that you try to add extra into that mix, that's when the dogs are going to start to give you even more pushback. I'm telling you, my worst calls I get with people that are hurting the most is because of treats and toys. It's not because of too much pressure with an e-collar, or too much pressure with a prong collar, any of that. It's got nothing to do with those. It's got everything to do with treats, because the dogs know, well, I'll take it, but you want me to what? And then you start to have pushback, and that pushback turns into absolute chaos. And that's why, because the dog is like, I thought we were cool. Now you got to add this into the mix, and it's confusing as all heck can be to the dog. You want to be that one to the dog, and that comes by just hanging out with the dog, being with the dog, being calm with the dog, relaxing with the dog, chilling with the dog, being and just doing absolutely nothing with the dog, going as many places as absolute possible and just being there with the dog. Putting the dog in this extreme negative situation with being on leash and being close to me and giving them day by day, over and over and over, realizing that everything is okay. You're in the house, you work from home, you could fast track this stuff, man, to be able to make it look better in months as opposed to years. But you're still not going to get to the point that, oh, in a couple of days, I want my dog to this. You need to get, that's where dog training, I think, is failing human beings. Because they're all about, if you do it like this, you'll get it. I can't get past these videos. In 5 minutes, your dog will be able to loose leash walk. It's taken me 2 months to get this dog to loose leash walk, and she's still not perfect at it. And 2 months every day, and I walk her a minimum 10 miles a day, every day, 7 days a week, and I'm still I'm getting a loose leash walk. There's no 5-minute success here, man. This stuff takes time, and especially if you want it to just be nice and natural and good without no trickery, with them just doing it because. I put her on, I walk this dog on a harness. I don't even use a slip leash because I'm just testing and realizing that it's not the equipment, it's not anything, it's us and our expectations of chill, slow down, relax. Slow down is the main thing I want to say. Slow down. You're moving too fast. You're trying to do too much too fast. You're asking too much too fast. You're stripping the dog from being a dog. Especially, this is where I think that I'm having a lot of issues with the, oh, come here, girl. I don't want you chewing on anything right now. I don't know what it is, just in case. You going pee? What are you doing? I don't want you chewing on anything. I don't trust you with all that yet. You're too young. When you're 2 years old, you can chew on any stick you want. Give it some time. I don't need no bellyache issues yet. I don't need no hospital bills. But give it time. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, and slow down, and slow down. You're already doing something hostile. And this is where I'm going to say I think that a lot of people are having problems with a lot of like free stray dogs you get from the shelters. Because they were free. They were able to be dogs. And then you put a leash on the dog. You strip the dog from a dog. You are containing the dog and put it in. You're taking everything away from the dog. This leash is how a dog's going to view it to us as evil, man. It's evil that you took them and you're putting them in captivity and you're forcing them to do stuff that now you want them to do. This is where it's the time that builds up, that week after month after year, the dogs see us and just like, okay, I understand what's going on here now. Instead of forcing every little thing on them. You get a dog and then in 2 weeks, what's up? You like that snap? You got a snap with you. You understand a snap. You probably think a treat coming with it. Oh, get down. I learn new stuff about this dog every day. It's fascinating. I love getting dogs from other people in other places. You get to learn like what they used to do and things that used to just get them all happy and excited. But then that comes down to the same thing I know with this dog. She primarily wasn't on leash. So I put her on leash and she's looking at me like, we're butting heads, man. Stop thinking that the dogs love it and they're having fun. Stop thinking that the dogs love it and they're having fun when you're giving them these treats and doing all the stuff with them. Stop thinking that. That's you as a human projecting that into an animal. And that animal is not looking at that way. An animal's like confused as all could be, like, what's going on here? What's happening? Why are you doing this? Why is this going on? Why are you making this happen right now? Like, why are you forcing me here? Why are you forcing me there? Why are you forcing me in this situation? Why are you forcing me in that situation? And you're not allowing the dog to be able to recognize you. You being the prize of the show. You being the greatest of the greatest. You being that one. And that's what we all need to start focusing on. That the dogs are dogs, man. They're wild. They're free. They love being free. You want to see your dog in his happiest state? Take the leash off and let it go. Put it in an open field. You will see your dog in a true sense of happiness. You got a dog that loves to hunt rabbits and hunt squirrels and what are these mole hunting dogs and all these little dogs, especially dogs that be digging. And let it go to an open field and watch it start digging, sniffing, and searching. And you will see that dog in its most happiest of all happiest. You will never see it as happy by shoving a treat in that dog's face. I guarantee you that. You let a dog like a border collie or you'll figure it out. A border collie ain't like that, running animals and running open fields and chase some stuff. You will see that dog in its prime, happy as all can be. You'll never be able to give that dog a treat to make it look as happy as it is when it's out running, doing what it's supposed to be doing. And with that being said, we all should just really understand that once we tell this dog to come here and be with me and stay in with me, we are now putting the dog through an extreme negative experience of life, because it's not able to do what it is supposed to be able to do. It's not doing what it's supposed to make happen. That's why with this dog in specific, we don't come out and just hang and just relax. And when she comes out, we're moving, because that's what she was created to do, was to move. When she's out, she's moving. She's like, let's walk, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep going, going, going. As soon as I'm like, no, let's sit here for an hour or 4 hours, she's just like, let's go, man, let's go. That's what she's supposed to be doing. And when she's doing that, she's as happy as all heck can be. But when she's here right now, I'm forcing her to stand here and be here, this is a huge negative to this dog. Absolute huge negative. That's why me personally, I don't like doing it too much with certain of my dogs I bring out and I show, and just for show here and there, I got a dog around and just to let them see and experience life a little bit more. But as far as me being able to see whether like to keep my dogs satisfied, to keep my dogs happy, this is not what she wants to do. She's in a huge negative reinforcement right now for me, where I'm that negative force to her. And she's just like, what the heck, man, what's going on? But when we're running the trails and we're walking and doing what we're doing, it's a completely different experience. She's so in tune with me. She listens to every little thing I say. Like right now, I'm having to give her, because I'm having to pull this leash, because she's powerful. These dogs are tough, man. These are powerful, cool dogs. I can't wait I want to get a couple more of them. But when she wants to put her force in and I'm trying to pull back, she is manhandling her. And I'm not even going to be able to keep up with this dog if she wanted to take off. But when I'm on the trails doing what I'm doing, man, I just go like this and she's like, what's up? Where are we going? What we're going to make happen? Because we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And she needs to be able to understand that I'm going to be able to keep her safe by being here. She knows she's going to be safe if she comes close to me. She knows everything's going to be fine if she comes close to me. And she's proven that to me day by day, going on the trails. When she gets a little nervous, she's not sure what to do, she comes right next to my side. She's like, what's going on? And that's what I need her to continuously keep doing, that I'm the one that's got your back. You don't need to do anything. I've got everything for you. And I want to say again, you can't fast track this. And each dog is different. My Border Collie, he was cool with me day one, because he all of his family left. He was the last one that I got from his litter. And I got him he was almost 12 weeks old when I got him. He was like the left behind dog. All his siblings were all sold, all gone a month before him. And he's just there with his mom and dad, or mainly his mom, hanging out by himself. He's like, man, I'm just the left behind dog. And then his last 2 weeks, he was just in his own little kennel all by himself. So when I came to him and I was just with him, and it was easy for him to just bond and I trust you, man, what are we doing? Where are we going? It was just instant. And this dog took years, man, years. We're still getting there. Because the stuff I did with him at school and the dog training stuff to get them to respond and work and do the downs and do the sits, it grew us further apart. But once I relaxed that and I just chilled, things started to get better and better, because I want him to know that I'm not here to hurt you, and I'm also not here to give you too much pleasure. I'm here to just be neutral to you, to allow you to be able to experience your life and be able to be comfortable and be calm in your life. And you don't rush this stuff. Don't think I'm going to find that video to be able to get my relationship good, my trust is going to be good. There's no video to do that. The only video you're going to get is going to give you the real, honest truth. It's going to take time, man. It's going to take years. It's going to take months. It's going to take weeks. It's going to take daily, every single day, working and working and working and working and working and working, and continue to keep on working until you're just sick of working. And then you're going to work some more at it and go keep working at it. That's something, again, that is different with today's society. Something that I learned right away, year one, being out here doing what I'm doing. Some people, I get your comments. Oh, it's a beautiful place, the animals, this and this. But this stuff is 100% work. Oh, it's constant, man. I'm out here working like insane. It's just insane. There's no just, let's sit down and just watch 8 movies back to back. It's just so much stuff to always keep up with. So much stuff in the middle of the night to keep up with. And it looks pretty from a distance. When we see people with their dogs and they look good, it looks pretty from a distance. But not knowing what it is that they're doing to be able to get those dogs to be that way, it is some serious work. It is just work on work on work on work on work. But there's a difference. Some people, like me, don't view it as work. It's just hanging out. It's just doing what I'm doing. Me taking her for a 10-mile walk today, it took me a little longer today than I expected. Like 3 hours or so. It's like, that's not work to me. That's just hanging out. That's just having a good old time. And that's just doing what I want to do. That has nothing to do with me thinking I got to get up and I got to go out there. I have to walk. I have to work out. I have to run. I have to get the eggs from the chickens. I have to clean the chicken coop out. I have to move the cows. I have to I'll go talk wild right now, but I have to go castrate all my bulls. I got to go castrate all my goats. I got to do that. I got to go castrate my serious stuff. That's not work to me. It's just what I do. It's just making stuff happen. And that's why for certain people, certain things look much better. And at the same time, I'm not rushing it because I know every single day I'm going to continue to keep working on it. And that's the thing that I think is the biggest missing link in why people are struggling to stay with their dogs, because you want something now, and you want to figure out how to be able to get it now, and understanding that's not the mindset you want. It's the mindset of, I like what I have right now, and let's keep working to continue to keep on getting better, and knowing that you can't force a dog to trust you. You can only just hang out, relax, chill, be calm, be patient for that dog to be able to do that for you. And that's the one thing I love about this dog in specific, that she's told me right up front, day one when I got her, buddy, if you think about putting some pressure on me to force me to be with you, watch what I do to you. And I don't want to play around with a dog that's as powerful as this. I've never seen a Dalmatian in person, but seeing the power behind this dog, if it wanted to do something, could do some serious damage. She's got a muscle build on her that is just incredible. And she's let me know, don't think that you're gonna force this. So I was like, okay, well, we'll work on that. Because the more and more that I keep working on just hanging out with her, the more focus she gives me, the more attention she gives me, the more just affection she gives me, the more she just wants to just continuously keep on like, where are we going? What's going on? What's happening? What are we doing? The more she's just super engaged with me. I don't give this dog a treat. I don't give this dog a toy. All I do is put this dog on this leash that is evil to her, but she's starting to respect it because of the time and the space that I've given her, and given her mainly that time of realizing that everything is fine as long as you're around my bubble. I'll keep you safe. And she is starting to look at me like I am the world's greatest thing on this planet. And then that's when you're gonna have that dog that you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you. Come on, girl, you can go run. I don't mind.